This drama continues after I finish the other video and my babbling about how we can make the world a better place together. The car decided to get all wonky on me, and all the lights on the manifold and everything went out again like it did the last two times I had this problem, and that's what cost me all that money, which I had to fight to get back. So I didn't get to drive her over here to the park. I am, however, here at the park, and it's so nice to be in a place on Canada Day where it's not jam-packed with people or noisy or have a bunch of performers. So I really lucked it out by choosing to come here. I found one bench in the shade. I originally was over there where the picnic benches are, but I'm like, the one I wanted was like right there in the sunlight. So I'm like not sitting in a bench in between the trees right there. You can't see the bench, but it's there. It's round. And at the picnic table, like I'd just be scorching. So I came over here to the bench. So I still have my Verve gin smash. Did not get to it. I've had a piece of my fried chicken, and with my new stomach, the revision, the size of it, like it's like a tiny stomach like that now. So I'm like very happy. My stomach's happy with just that piece of chicken. I had a little bit of broccoli and some, just some Kraft salad dressing for a dip. So I'm doing well, having a good time chilling here. There are fireworks in different parts of the city. I don't know if I feel like traveling out. The last few years I've gone to Burnaby and I did the fireworks. It's near Metrotown Station. Patterson Station, I think the one before that. There's a beautiful hike in old growth trees near there. But on the other side where you get to the lake, the little pond, you can't really swim in that. But you do get to see wildlife when you're on the other side. So I don't know if I'm up for that at this time. Depends. I brought my earplugs though for fireworks. But yeah, I'm just chilling in the shade. My problem with my back, with my arthritis condition, my injuries that I never had dealt with, when I fell downstairs as a teenager, is when I get down on the ground over there, like blanket and get all cozy, like I can't really move too much. So I have to do all the eating first and then lie down and relax because I can only get up on one side. I have to roll over onto my left side and then I have to get up onto my knees and then get up off the ground. This is why it's so important that I have a car. I need to be driving really bad, and it's really upsetting me that the money I was given federally for the car, instead of me having one of those $5,000, oh, hang on a second. Like, she's got a beast. That thing, wicked. Like, but I can't, haul groceries in there, and it doesn't have an inside compartment where you can stay dry and warm in all sorts of weather. So it has its limits. And of course, you can't really fit that in, bachelor or small one-bedroom apartments. And, cars obviously can go a lot further. So they gave me the money to do that. And then, of course, I bought the wrong car. And then I got ripped off by people. So I lost all of that, too. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I can save my back. Because I love to go hiking. Like we just did Lynn Valley Canyon the other day. And I'm not going to stop doing the things I love. I want to go on a 6-week portage, which means I have to take care of my back as much as possible so that I can endure the necessary growing pains with the waist support and all that gear that helps keep the backpack and the canoes and stuff where it's supposed to be while you're doing all your hiking. So I'm just going to sit and ponder and pray for an answer on how to reach Sylvester Stallone, because I would like to see my movies start getting made, and I need producers that are good enough to make good movies out of my work. The last time I tried reaching him, I'm going to let you guys in on something. Since I'm like really good at researching all the serial killers and crime stuff, like I should have gotten a criminology degree. I should have gotten 2 law degrees and a PhD, and one of the law degrees should have been criminology. I learned about this British guy, this English guy, that looks just like Sylvester, who did a little crime spree. He was going around breaking into people's homes and killing them and doing things to the females. Whatever. We won't go into details, but it's bad. So he finally gets arrested, caught, and they sentence him to 120 years. And he gets out in less than 20 years because he knew something, right? He had information the police needed, the courts needed, whatever, so bad they cut him a deal. And so he's out there at large somewhere. And so I had this sense of humor that I should tell Sylvester about him. So I contacted Sylvester. I don't remember, was it his Instagram or Twitter or something? And but his emotion caught me, right? That I'm really good. And he's like, okay, well, fine. If you're that good at hacking, keep hacking. And he goes, ding, and he just did whatever. And I couldn't send any more of what I was doing then. And so he was actually the first person I actually tried contacting about all of the crime and the stuff that I was learning about over here. The other person I tried reaching was the actual professional bone digger guy. He writes novels. Well, he's probably passed away now because he was already old then. And he turned down meeting with me as well, putting me in his books. And then I tried reaching Steven Seagal. And he does have an email listed on his Instagram or something. And I've emailed twice and nobody ever writes back. And then when I did reach John Schneider, I sent some Gone with the Wind stuff, some additional books that nobody knows about. That is their part of the Gone with the Wind estate. Nobody's made those new books into movies. And because he had bought that summer camp in Louisiana, I thought, oh, how perfect that he's in a location that's just right for those 2 additional stories. So I just mailed one because I bought an extra copy of that book. And I guess his assistant decided not to give it to him or something. And then I got mad and I sent an email and got mad. And then the assistant told him. And so then he gets mad at me in an email. And I'm like, well, that didn't go right because I'm not the one that he needs to be mad at because that book was worth a gold mine. So now John's left sitting there looking like an egghead because I know he's a good guy. So I know what's going to happen. He sold the summer camp. John Schneider Studio summer camp is now being paid for and operated by other people, and he just is allowed to still live there because it's him, right? It's his place. So if he had made that second movie, if he had talked about it, if we had produced a play even on the Yeehaw Theater there at John Schneider Studio, or made something that we could have played on his drive-in theater that he's got there as well, he would have had so much money he wouldn't have needed to sell. He wouldn't have to worry about IRS and taxes. So that's what it's going to come down to. But he's going to be like, ow, I owe you an apology. And that's kind of why I want him to play Richard Pryor in My Father's Daughter, because I am owed that, right? I also want to be allowed to read his play, the 29, and I don't want to have to pay for it. I just want a free copy. I made a poster for him, and it was a perfect poster. He had a contest, and they chose a different poster, but mine was still better. I think it's because in the back of his head, he knew that mine was the right one to use if they're going to go ahead and do it. He's got a ton of unfinished manuscripts, like me, right? He's always writing stuff, putting stuff aside when it's done. But I know how hungry the bigwigs are over there, and they don't have anything good over there anymore because the people climbing up and working in the industry don't know what they're doing, and there's a disconnection between our country, the UK, and America. And so you've got to find the monkey in the middle, the person who can pull it all together, who've got the talent and the skills in order to make something that we can all be proud of together and be unified again in this industry. So I'm going to try and see if I can use a different account and reach Sylvester on my own and not have to use agencies and send out postcards or letters or whatever to make an impact again, because I'm kind of tired of sending stuff out in the mail. I'll keep making these videos and addressing them to people, like when I did my little series of Let's Talk About Tom Welling. I should have actually titled the one I just made at the car when I was talking about it being the 5-year reunion for the Smallville reunion movie completion in first draft. I should have called that Let's Talk About Tom Welling episode. Again, but it's Canada Day, so I'll just leave it all as my Canada Day videos. So I'm going to go finish eating my food. I have enough here to feed a few people, I guess, and eat my storm. And I'm going to go and hang out under the trees on the grass in the shady section there somewhere, and just enjoy this peaceful spot like everybody else who also likes to be outside, wants to socialize a little bit, but we don't want to be, packed in by large crowds and have shoulder to shoulder, no breathing room kind of discomfort just to enjoy fireworks. So that's it from Vancouver, BC. Bye. Peace out. Enjoy your picnics or whatever you guys are doing, barbecues and stuff for your Canada Day. This is Superman signing out from commercial drive. I won't give away where I am because this way I can still maintain privacy. But yeah, so yeah, Vancouver, Canada Day. Bye.